Oliver, let's talk about this livestock trade here for a little bit. They're having all kinds of drought conditions out in the plains. Everybody's worried about the cattle production, especially if you look at the table, the price table there. As you go further out, they fully expect to have some pretty tight numbers moving into the winter.
Absolutely, and you're certainly seeing that reflected in the futures market as well. And we saw cash firm up a little bit last week, which has been nice to see. But I wouldn't be surprised to see that stall out a little bit here in the near term. As we had mentioned in the grain segment, there are some concerns over Chinese growth and global growth for that matter, which could put a little bit of a headwind in the market in the near term. I'm surprised that live cattle are holding as well as they are, considering those headlines. We're seeing some of that weakness in the lean hog market, though, as you'd mentioned, closing trading below that psychologically significant 100 level. And I wouldn't be surprised to see that weakness continue after such a big run over the last couple weeks. Maybe a retracement down to that recent breakout point, 97.5. But all in all, the fundamentals are still strong for the lean hog market. Seasonally, this is a weak time of year, so you've got some conflicting fundamentals and technicals there.
Well, I wondered if you thought the lean hog trade had become technically, as they say, overbought this past week or not.
Yeah, it had gotten pretty darn close to overextended when looking at the RSI, or the relative strength index. So a pullback, I think, is probably healthy for the market. Back to that breakout point, which was 97.5. That was previous resistance here just about a month ago. So if we pull back to that and are able to defend that, we can mark higher lows. And that's kind of how you define a trend. Higher highs and higher lows makes it up into the right trend line there. So that's what we've seen over the last several months. I wouldn't be surprised to see that continue so long as the fundamentals remain stout for the lean hog market.
And actually, the October live cattle chart looks kind of similar, doesn't it, as it was starting to get a little overbought.
Yeah, overbought, so a healthy pullback here over the last couple of sessions after making new contract highs. I believe that was back on Thursday. So a healthy correction. The breaking below the $100 mark isn't a big red flag. A break and close below that 97.50 level is where we would be concerned that the upward trend is coming to an end.
But for the time being, no damage done the way it looks. So anyway, I'm glad you pointed that out. Thank you, Oliver, for talking with us here. You have a good trading week. Oliver Sloup of Blue Line Futures is with us. Janet, I'll turn it back to you.